Many Spanish firms have seen the economic and the political processes taking place in Egypt. Many had investments in the past also in this country, but given the way the reforms, economic reforms are taking place and the successful results, many are looking forward to coming and investing more. So we have investments in the energy sector, both in gas and renewables. We have investments in tourism. Apart from there being lots of tourists coming, there's Spanish firms that are investing in this country. We have investments in agriculture. We have investment in construction. So we have investments in the railway system. So there are many firms that are coming. Our trade needs to increase a bit more, but the figures are showing that it's going up. So we're looking forward to a strengthening in our economic relations, which at the end is also a bit the base of the interchanges between both countries. And the efforts of Egypt are commended by the international community, both in Libya, of course. Libya is very important for Egypt. You share a long border, and the intervention of Egypt, the talks, the contacts, the initiatives that it might have, we're looking forward for them to succeed. It is the same thing with the Middle East. As you know it better than me. The role Egypt is playing right now, not only in the discussions between the Palestinians and the Israelis, but also within the Palestinians, is something we're all very interested in. We're all following it very closely, and we're not going to do anything we're not told to do, but we're ready to help if there ever comes a moment when the need of us and of the Europeans in general, I might say, we're needed. It's a very important issue for the whole world, and we're glad that Egypt is involved. The situation in tourism had worsened because of the past events in this country. Luckily, there's new trust in the situation in Egypt, and the number of tourism is increasing. As far as Spain is concerned, you can see it every day. I mean, the flights between Spain and Madrid and Cairo and Barcelona and Cairo are always packed, and the numbers of tourism keeps on rising. The attraction of Egypt is immense in my country. There are many people interested. Ever since I was told there was going to be named, Alhamdulillah, as you say, ambassador to Egypt, many people called me and told me they were interested in coming because because of the historical ties, because of the historical projection of Egypt. Listen, we suffered the terrorism for many years in Spain, and it's a long fight. You have to do it step by step, according to the law, with lots of international cooperation, being sure that the messages you send are understood by the population, knowing that the terrorist movements always play with an advantage over the legality of the government. But that's something you have to know, that's something you have to convey to your people, for the people not to get worried, because it's a long process and people tend to think you have to yield. You can never yield to terrorism, never. So I think the efforts to fight terror, again, according to the rule of law, and it's something that is praiseworthy, and in the fight against terror, Egypt will always have Spain on its side. Tahir most.